So as far as news, we're on the other side of E3. What are some thoughts you guys had? Announcements, takeaways, new news? Anything catch your eye?
Well, for me, I guess the biggest thing I'm most excited about is State of Decay 2. No, I don't remember if you actually liked the first one or not, but
I
to,
can't say that I actually played it. Did you, Andy?
No, I never got around to it.
to me, like the gameplay was great in it. I was just missing the multiplayer, which is what they added now, and then a bigger map too. So I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know.
Is this like a drop-in, figure out how to survive type game?
Yep, you're put in, you go try to find other survivors, zombies coming at you, build up your camp, I guess. Try to get as many people, at least in the first one, you try to get as many people in your camp as you could, and then you'd have to, once you got above a certain number of people that lived there, you had to get a bigger place to live. So
These are like NPC characters?
yep, and then you could swap out and actually control them when you're, because they went off tired. So like if somebody was tired, you could swap out, control somebody that's not tired, and let the other person rest.
So you get a little bit of like resource management and like strategy elements in there along with your survival.
Yep, you have to have food, and you have to have building materials to build, upgrade stuff. You have cars. I don't remember if you had to actually have gas or anything, but there's quite a bit to it that made it a lot more interesting. And the biggest thing is, if that would have had multiplayer, that probably would have been the only game I played for a long time.
So now when you say multiplayer, do you mean like PvP or PvE is going to be?
I don't know if you're going to be able to actually attack the people that are with you, but it's going to be like four-player co-op.
It would be cool if you could take out like other groups or take on, and competing for resources.
Right. Yeah, you get the four of them, each have your own base, and go and raid each other.
I'll have to keep an eye on that one. And that's all consoles: PC, PS4, Xbox. I
It's
assume
just the
not the
Xbox.
Switch. Oh, just the Xbox.
Yep.
It's a console exclusive.
I'm pretty sure it's exclusive to Xbox only. It might be on the PC share, what Microsoft does, but
Well, and they have another big exclusive that they announced at E3. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. And I have to assume this is timed exclusivity, right? I mean, I can't see that this wouldn't end up on PS4 at some point, but either way, that's a big catch for them, I think, right now.
I heard somewhere, I don't remember what site it was, but it was supposed to be a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would almost have to be because Sony isn't going to pass up on getting money out of that.
No, and they're not going to pass up the opportunity to sell more copies, especially with how much publicity this game's getting already.
Yeah, and I think the big difference is Xbox allows the early access games where PlayStation doesn't, so that probably is a big reason why it's going on to Xbox first, is because it's still early access as well.
They don't have as strict of requirements, I suppose.
Right, they have like a game preview. I think that's what they call their program.
Yep. That's how Arc was for quite a while. I'm sure it still is probably, I don't know. But the game preview section, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate turning on my Xbox One, but that might be a game that I pick up. I don't know what it is about the game. It just looks like a lot of fun. I don't generally even get into Let's Plays, but I will just throw on a Let's Play of Player Unknown's Battleground for like 2 hours and just fall asleep to it like 3 nights a week. I don't know what it is about the game. It just looks cool.
For sure, and especially it's kind of like a horror movie where you're kind of seeing somebody else control, and you don't know who's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of say the opposite thing of what they're thinking sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of like a scary ass game too. I mean, there's so much tension in that. You're just walking on eggshells, never knowing where death is coming from. Looks great.
It's got a little bit different setup too than like the other ones of that same style game because it's team based too, I believe. Where like you're on a team with a few others in different game modes from a couple of the videos I've watched. I've never played it, but I've watched a lot of video. And it looks like they get put into teams sometimes.
You know what I'm wondering is if this does well and it's already doing well, how long do you think it is between now and the Call of Duty release that inevitably has some sort of online mode that's almost a complete lift of this. You'd think they'd do it, right?
Some big budget has to be already working on it.
Yeah. It just seems like a natural fit for a dying franchise to revitalize it. Maybe they're not going to get the 100 people, but I could see Call of Duty trying to pull off a mode like that.
I think Call of Duty would have to get to where they're pretty desperate to try something like that and go away from what they've been doing, though. Like, they still got a huge following, but I see what you're saying. Like, there's got to be some title out there, some company that's eyeing this and wanting to make money off of it.
Yeah. Somebody will do it, one of the big publishers. Or who knows, maybe they'll pick up this dev and bring them into the fold for an absurd amount of money.
Probably Ubisoft, and then they'll mess it up.
I don't know, Ubisoft killed it this year at E3.
Yeah.
They have Mario hanging out with rabbits shooting guns. I mean, I don't know, Ubisoft's kind of on top of their game right now.
That is my highlight of the show, I think, is that game.
Yeah.